are back on Open Line. We do appreciate you spending some of your evening with us here. Chuck Long, along with attorney Kevin Kennedy from the Kennedy Law Firm. If you're just tuning in, great time to do it. We've got about 15 minutes left in the show, a little bit less than that. If you have a legal question, if there's something that you want some advice from, this is the time to call. We do appreciate so many people who have called in this evening. As we always say, those calls that you make help other people that are out there listening and watching.
Win-win.
That's it. It really is.
When to do it now.
That is it.
And if not now, then when? And if not us, then who? Somebody tell me, is it true?
Don't stop. Just don't stop at all. Okay, we're going back to the lines right now, and Tom is on the line with us. Tom, we do appreciate your patience. We're glad that you called in. And do you have a question or a comment for Kevin?
Question. Recently moved to Tennessee from another state and looking for a biblical attorney to update my will.
Yep.
I was wondering if you guys had a list or to recommend a biblical attorney in my area.
Yeah. Well, you know, the truth of the matter is I always love to represent Christian people. You know, the truth is we stand on the Bible, because I think one of the things I've ever learned, and thank you for the question, is I've never seen anything in the Bible that was really wrong. I do believe in that, and I like to see, I love to work with Christian lawyers. There's a host of lawyers out there. They have the Christian Legal Society, and you should consider one of those guys. But thank you for that question, and if you don't have a will, get one. And we were talking during the break, should we do it, Chuck? You should do it now. Life is full of uncertainty.
Absolutely.
And the one thing that you don't want to see is your loved ones agonize over legal matters that you were negligent in, that you didn't take care of.
That's right, and you can do it. It's not that complicated.
It's not that complicated. Doesn't cost that much. Take the time to get it done, and you will, I guarantee you'll sleep better once it's finished.
Absolutely. So we do appreciate that call. Holly is on the line with us right now, so we're taking that call. Holly, we're glad that you're with us this evening. Do you have a question or a comment?
Hi.
Hello.
I have a similar question to the gentleman had about had no insurance.
Yes.
My husband and my son was in a real bad accident September 8th. We do have uninsured, but we did not have collision on our vehicle. So, therefore, we've just found out today that the gentleman did not have insurance at the time of the accident, but he got it bound later in the afternoon. And I know from working in the insurance field that it won't cover that early morning accident.
Yes, I'm with you.
So
here's
I'm wondering, we're out of car. Our big thing is getting a car again, a second car.
Yes. Well, what I would tell you to do is immediately try to talk to a lawyer, and if there are some claims, you and he discuss those. You have a right to make a claim for the medical bills if there were any injuries, lost wages if there were any injuries, the value of the car. And so a skilled lawyer can talk to you about those pros and cons and protect your rights. I don't really like people to do tape recorded statements. You know, if you have a wreck, it's no big deal. I'm going to make the claim because they've represented. You make this recorded statement. It's just routine. We just have to do it. I'm telling you, don't really do it. You have to cooperate with them, but get a lawyer. You know what else happens? You're in there and Chuck says, hey, Kev, it's not that big a deal. I don't want to hire a lawyer. And then the next thing you know, they're asking you, I want your income tax records. I want to know this. And you said, that has nothing to do with this. I'm asking the questions, Mr. Long. You answer them. Well, now you're really frustrated. And so it really muddies the water for the lawyer. Listen to Kevin Kennedy. If they said, who told you to get the lawyer? Kevin C. Kennedy. It's the best advice that I could give. I would not give. I'm very skilled. Won lots of jury trials in a row. I would not give a tape recorded statement without my lawyer right there. I will not give an interview, civil or criminal, without my lawyer right there.
Okay, so that's great advice. So I've heard you say that. That sinks in. I would not do that.
And you think I'm going to let my two doctor sons, if they were in a jam accused of anything, am I going to let them go in there and say, hey, boys, here's... No.
And I'm sure they've learned. Yeah.
I'm brainwashing them.
So, all right. So we've got so many questions, still so many people on the line. We're going to try to get to as many as we can. Hold on there with us. We're going to the phones right now. Back to Dorothy. Dorothy, we're glad that you're with us. Do you have a question or a comment for Kevin? Okay, Dorothy, you're on. Question or comment? Can you hear us, Dorothy?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, Dorothy, we just have short time left. If you can get that question in as quickly as possible.
Yes, I can. I want to know, how can I add my daughter on my bank account? It's causing her an increase in her finances.
So if you want to add your daughter to your bank account, you can go to the bank and request that. They can add that. If you had a problem, you could always give your daughter a power of attorney, limited power of attorney, to that particular bank account. She could take that power of attorney and operate with it. Several options you could do.
Okay, it's good to have those options, so we appreciate the call. Back to the lines right now. We're going to say quickly with John. John, do you have a question or a comment for Kevin?
Yeah, it kind of goes back to the music industry thing.
Okay.
Let's hit it.
Okay. Back when I used to work in booking clubs and stuff back in the 80s, these were 17, 18-year-old kids that, you know, had some really good material and have gone on to pursue great careers. And we used to have something we called a poor man's copyright, where I would advise them to take the song and or the CD or the DVD, mail it to themselves, and never open it.
Yep.
Is that still around?
We hear that all the time, and take whatever steps you can. You know, it is so hard, and so many of the music industry that we've been familiar and dealing with over the years, they won't even take your little CD because they don't want to later say, we had this and now y'all have sued me. That technique has been used over the years, and yes, it would be valuable. You'd rather have it than not have it. They say, well, do I need my gun? It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Absolutely.
Can I get an amen?
Amen. We have literally about a minute left, so we're going to go back to the lines right now. Jim is on the line. Jim, if you can get that question in under a minute, we're going to answer it for you. Go ahead, Jim.
Are y'all there?
We're there.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is important. I'm a senior citizen. I live in a low-income apartment complex here in Lebanon, Tennessee. I'm a senior citizen, a son of a police officer, deceased, obviously. I'm almost 70. A witness that put away a murder rapist. I can document it. So I'm trying to live in retirement quietly. I have a female resident who went off on a bipolar rant because her boyfriend was late, couldn't let it go, carried it down near my apartment, and she was outside my door, and I asked her why she was mad, and she told me to get stuffed. Now, I'm being nice.
Yes.
I called a resident police officer who stood out there.
Jim, I tell you what, we have to take a commercial break right now. I'm so sorry to cut you off, but we will get the answer to you if you wait right after this commercial break, okay? So hold on the line with us, and we'll get right back to you after the commercial.